Hi, I'm Betsy Hedberg with some reflections on what it's like to live as an American outside of the United States. If you like the messages in these videos, please check out my book too. I've been thinking about some questions that I think are really important to ask yourself if you're considering moving abroad, moving outside of the United States. What do you want to gain? What do you want to leave behind? And what do you want to maintain? And by maintain, I don't mean stuff. You can always bring, as much stuff or as little stuff as you want. Little is probably, or the less you bring, the better in general. But I mean, what parts of your lifestyle are very important to you to maintain in another country. And those first two questions, what do you want to gain and what do you want to leave behind, are important because they can help you get at the real reasons why you want to move abroad, if in fact you decide that you do. That third question, what do you want to maintain, helps you get a grounding in what's really important to you. And it can help you weed out maybe some destinations that you're considering that kind of sound fun, perhaps, or sound great, but then maybe they don't have these essential things for you. So here are some examples of how I answered those questions before I left the United States. What did I want to gain? A number of things, but one of the things I wanted to gain was an international community, a sense of living with a lot of people from various parts of the world. I didn't have that before so much, and I wanted more of that. So when I moved to the Netherlands, I knew I was going to get that. What did I want to leave behind? Honestly, one of the things I wanted to leave behind was this feeling that I might go to the movie theater, the grocery store, or be driving down the highway and get shot. It sounds horrible, but this happens in the US, obviously a lot more than in other places, than in many other parts of the world. And it was not something I was thinking about constantly, but it was on my mind pretty often. What did I want to maintain? One of the things I wanted to maintain, although I was looking for some new things and good adventure, and I was open to leaving a lot of things behind, I really wanted to maintain the opportunity to visit my family in Chicago pretty easily. And I was open, I gave this a lot of thought, and I was open to having to take a long flight, but what I really didn't want was to require multiple layovers and have it take like 24 hours to get there, for example. So New Zealand was appealing in some ways, but that just seemed a bit too remote for the ability to get back quickly and visit my family. So I went to a place where there's a nonstop flight from Amsterdam to Chicago. It takes 8 hours. That's a while. And obviously in COVID, it's been problematic, but in general, it's pretty easy to go back. So those were the three ways in which I answered the question. In part, there were other factors, of course, for me. You don't have to have these questions totally figured out before you move. In fact, don't even try. It's too difficult because there's so many things you'll learn when you get to your new country and things that you can't really prepare or plan for. But I think it's really important to have a grounding in these questions. I think they can help you clarify some things. And then also when you do get to the country that you move to, you'll have some challenging times. Everybody does when they move abroad. And it can give you an opportunity, if you have a grounding in these answers, it can give you an opportunity to remind yourself why you moved, to remind yourself what it was that attracted you about the country that you're moving to and what it is you wanted to leave behind. So hopefully this is helpful. Give these questions some thought, and I welcome your comments.